Huh? Illuminati! Add some details. Okay, what? What's up, guys? In this video, we're gonna be taking a look at some YouTube art tips. We're gonna find out today if YouTube Shorts is better for the art babies than TikTok. Probably will be.
Every good picture should have a main focal point.
Wrong. Every good picture should have a Ross.
All lines should draw your eye towards that spot.
Ooh.
Let's talk about triangles. So for my piece on here, I placed a big triangle inside the composition. And as you can see, the lines of the triangle are leading your eye up to the focal point, which is the face. And the crows form a secondary triangle, which reinforces our focal point. In this painting with my character Nima, I placed a triangle composition to reinforce the enemy's stature.
More triangles?
A real-world camera perspective of the viewer looking up at something large, having all the lines lead to the bench. You don't have to just focus on the corners of the triangle.
Another triangle?
I experimented with adding areas of interest along the sides of the triangle while keeping the inside less visually stimulating. Also, your shape compositions don't always have to fill the entire frame. Experiment with subtler and smaller shapes as well. This can help provide a different effect. Nice.
If this video has taught me one thing, it's that Ross Draws is part of the Illuminati. You trying to teach these babies about them triangles, but it's a part of your cult? Okay, but on a more serious note, look at how much attention he pays to his composition. You gotta think, you gotta use your brain, you gotta plan. There should be a reason for things. Don't just be.
If you're an artist who tends to love your sketches but hate your final product, these tips might help.
Okay.
First, lighten your sketch and change it to a different color so it's really easy to see how your ink lines are actually looking.
Okay.
Next, take time to find the brush that you actually like. Don't just stick with the default ones.
Okay.
I like inking brushes that have a little bit of this texture on the edges. Don't be afraid to keep your actual line art a little sketchy too. I feel that it often gives the art pieces a little bit more of that hand-drawn quality. Lastly, overlaying some texture onto your art can really give it some personality.
All right, okay, good. I don't know anything about drawing in this art style, so I don't feel like I'm qualified to talk about it, but seems like she knows what she's doing, so hair tutorial if you can. It head toot. What kind of comments are you guys replying to, man? Add some details. Okay, what? Oh my god. Where's the hair toot? Where's the head toot? Where's the toot at all? There's no toot.
What's the most important art material a new student needs to get started? A cheap sketchbook and a number 2 pencil. That's it. The most important thing an artist needs to do. The number 1 goal for an artist is to learn to observe the world around them. An artist's job is to show the world as you see it, through your eyes. And the best way to do that is
to draw.
Learn to draw.
Training
your eyes and hands to work together, observing the world, seeing light and shadow and form and volume. Draw mundane things, cars, ketchup bottles, what you're eating for lunch, your neighbor's cat, whatever.
Oh, great. Oh, who are you? You're fantastic. Oh my god, 1.53 million subscribers? Who is this guy? How come I've never seen you before? That's a lot of shorts, huh? I gotta start making more shorts. But yeah, guys, honestly, this is fantastic advice because you have to crawl before you can walk and you have to learn the basics. You have to spend time to just draw. Don't occupy your mind with so many things and don't let them distract you. Just draw. That's the whole point of art. You gotta spend at least a couple of years just drawing, just practicing, just observing things before you can start to get really comfortable and you can start to draw the things that you really want to draw. That, or we can just all use AI. Oh my god. Beginner, expert, Tom G. Okay. I hate these videos, but let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it right there. This is why I hate these videos. Okay, nothing against the person who posted this, but it's always the case that the beginner one sucks, okay? And I get it, you're trying to prove a point. But the expert one, where's the core shadow? Where's the drop shadow? Where's the bounce layer? When you're doing expert, why not make it actually expert? It's so funny that you're drawing blue spheres because that's exactly what you're giving me right now.
In order to maximize your ability to draw faces, don't practice the same face 10,000 times.
Whoa.
Instead, draw 10,000 different faces. Really make an effort to change it up. Do any of these faces look like someone you know? Let me know in the comments.
Bro, if if that's someone I knew, I'd make an effort not to know them anymore. Ooh. 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 Not bad. What I like the most about this is look at the beginning. Look at the pose. And then look at the sketch here. See, it's just a bunch of random shapes. Now, if you can see the shapes correctly in anything that you're drawing, then you're gonna be able to get it right. Look at the shapes. Shapes.
If you're like me and you struggle with drawing hair, you've probably heard the tip about drawing the general shape of the hair and not the strands like 1,000 times already. Yet somehow, my hair still looks like dog shit. That's because they never tell you how to detail the shapes. And I'm gonna change that. Let's start by adding the first detail I like to call the hair bending slice. Just draw a bent upside down V at the end of a shape.
Yeah.
Character. Then I use a second detail, the hair bending strand. Just take a brush with a little bit of taper at the end of it, and then draw some strands just slightly sticking out of the girthy portion of hair.
Yeah.
With these techniques, you immediately get smanksier hair. And if you've been using that brain of yours, you might actually realize that both of these details are V-shapes. Call me an American, because I'm dropping straight ball. Anyways, here's what it should look like. I like it good.
Yeah, hey. Not bad, not bad. That's what you call using details in a minimal way. That's how you say more by doing less. Why use lots strands when few strands do trick? That's good. I like that. I like that. Good video, man. Good video. Bro. 8 tips for drawing like Sam. Let's see.
For drawing like Sam does arts. Number 1, download his brushes from Gumroad or Patreon and watch
Yeah.
his videos. I personally grabbed his Photoshop brushes.
That's good. That'll help.
I used my 24-inch pen display to emulate his setup. Number 2, use a reference with great lighting. Sam's subjects are always rim-lit or backlit with warm afternoon light. Number 3, draw Disney faces. A lot of Sam's face proportions take cues from modern classics like Tangled and Frozen, so study the concept art from those movies. Number 4, use the Marquee Select tool to paint in shapes with defined edges. This technique will give you that sharp graphic design look Sam achieves. Number 5, avoid adding too much detail. Don't zoom in while painting. Instead, keep your canvas at a fixed size and leave open the thumbnail view. Number 6, keep the face simple. For example,
You don't have to do that, especially now that my canvas has gotten a little bit bigger in size. I tend to zoom in a lot for smaller details too. So I guess the point is not to zoom in too much and get lost in that zoom. You have to keep moving throughout the painting. That's the most important part.
Number 6, keep the face simple. For example, lips can be as simple as this.
Yeah.
Number 7, leave some of your sketch lines in your final painting. Make things sharper and more defined.
Yeah.
Number 8, use Sam's brushes to add graphic textures to your painting. Just
Yeah.
like he does. It's something I also noticed in the Into the Spider-Verse art.
Yeah.
Just remember, go easy on yourself while studying someone else's art style, because your version will always look different. Focus on the methods that work for you and apply them to your own style.
That's great. That's fantastic, Rishi. Wow. Honestly, most of these tips that he talked about are very, very valid. And if you follow them, you're going to draw just like me. For real. No, you're not.
I'm gonna show you the best way to find your art style.
Okay.
I want you to think of your art style like your taste, and that you only know which food you like after you have tried it. Once you got that, it's very easy to do. Start by finding who your favorite artists are. Then write what you like about each of them. Then trace and study their work. And finally, make an illustration combining everything that you like about them. This is by far my favorite method because it works with every art style.
I'm sure you guys have heard this a million times, but in order to find your art style, just find the things that you like, the things that you gravitate towards, study them, learn about them, trace over them, do whatever you gotta do to drill it into your brain, and then after that, put it into a piece of your own making. Just smush it all together And you should have something that you like.
If you see an artist working on a piece and I'm nowhere near done, please don't come up, because you're gonna see hands that look like they were drawn by a 5-year-old, colors that make absolutely zero sense, blended colors that look like they were done with a butter knife, and I'm gonna break into a panic and have to awkwardly explain, no, it's not like that.
This is me every time I gotta record a full-length process video. Every time when I'm painting halfway through, I'm just like, what are people looking at here? It's just a blob of brown.
Don't do this while drawing the nose.
Oh my god. Who does that? Who does that?
Do this instead.
Huh? Illuminati! It's everywhere.
Abstract art sucks. Realism is true art.
Okay, whoever commented that, bro, like, realism is gonna go out of business. Do you guys see AI right now? Bro, we're not gonna need people to do realism anymore. You're gonna have to have your own style if you're an artist. But here's one thing that I will say that's actually educational, okay? In order for you to have a good art style, a good grasp of how to draw things, you generally want to practice realism first. It's like that old saying, learn all the rules before you break them, so that you can do it intentionally instead of doing it chaotically.
Whenever I
One
hear the
Rishi, okay,
question,
let's go.
how do I become an artist? I'm reminded of a quote by the late artist and teacher, Howard Ikamoto, who once said,
Oh.
when my daughter was about 7 years old, she asked me one day what I did at work.
Oh.
I told her I worked at the college, that my job was to teach people how to draw.
Oh.
She stared back at me, incredulous, and said, "You mean they forget?" I love that story.
Oh, that's deep.
It reminds me of the Picasso quote, "Every child is an artist.
That's
The
deep.
problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up."
Yeah.
Hidden in both these messages is the simple truth that we don't need to become artists. We already are artists. And like an M. Night Shyamalan twist, we've been artists all along. The
Yeah.
challenge is to be brave enough not to forget.
Yeah. Rishi. Whoa. I like that. I mean, it's kind of amazing that when we're all younger, we have no problem picking up a colored pencil and just putting something on the paper. You know, there's no fear of judgment. There's no fear of expressing yourself. But the older you get, the more that spark of creativity just tends to get buried under all of the different stresses of life. And it's just sad. It's sad to see, because it's true. We all have the ability to create things. We all have the ability to express ourselves. It's entirely up to you to decide if you want to let that part of you flourish. And that brings me back to the other point, man. I love human creativity. I love it. Our art, our culture, the things that make us human. That's why no matter how efficient and how good AI images become, there's always going to be something special about something that's made by a human being. And you know what, guys? On that beautiful note, we'll end this video. YouTube Shorts art tips are actually really solid. I would give that an 8 out of 10. This is 100% better than what I find on TikTok, and definitely better for the art babies. So if you want to be educated, YouTube is a good place to go. The other really good place for art tips is Pinterest. All right, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Now, you know what else would be pretty good is if you subscribed to this channel right now and drive me further to the edge of insanity. Get out of here. Get off my lawn.